I've seen an uncomfortable amount of Woody Allen movies. So one. I'm just kidding. I've seen multiple Woody Allen movies, and one of my favorite Woody Allen movies, if not my favorite, I might actually like it more than Annie Hall, is Midnight in Paris. 4 stars or better on Letterboxd. Midnight in Paris, 2011. Midnight in Paris tells an interesting story. So Gil, played by Owen Wilson, is in Paris. He's a screenwriter who's now trying to be a novel writer, and he and his fiance and his future parents-in-law don't really seem to all get along all that well. Gil is just walking around Paris, which he is absolutely mesmerized by, at midnight after having a little bit of wine, and he finds himself getting into an old-timey car with some people who turn out to be historical figures from the art scene in Paris in the 1920s. So we're talking your F. Scott Fitzgeralds, your Gertrude Steins, your Hemingways. He ends up essentially time traveling to a world where these people exist in the 1920s. He falls in love in that world, and he finds himself going back and forth between the existing present day and traveling back in time to this world, which is the time that he wishes he was living in, the time he romanticizes. And then, once you're in that romanticized time, he and the girl he falls in love with go back even further in time to the 1890s. And the girl, who's from the 1920s, romanticizes that and wants to stay there. So this movie is about nostalgia and the power of nostalgia, and how whenever we're in a certain time, we always think that some previous time was better. This is based on a stand-up routine that Woody Allen was doing, I think, in the 1960s. And then that sat with him, I guess, for years and years until it turned into this movie, decades later. And I'm fascinated by that, how the seed of an idea can grow into something over time. I like to think about stuff like this when I'm writing or when I'm attempting to write things, because it lets you know that sometimes it takes a while for an idea to develop. Sometimes we need to live some life with a thought in mind for that idea to develop. At the end of the day, this is a low-key time travel movie. One of my favorite time travel movies. It's like this, Back to the Future. I happen to like Groundhog Day, which is a time travel movie. The Map of Tiny Perfect Things. I'm always like, is it the Tiny Map of Perfect Things? I think it's the Map of Tiny Perfect Things. I didn't mean to start naming time travel movies without mentioning Bill and Ted, by the way. Each time I go back to this movie, I feel like I know a little bit more because I've read another book, I've watched another movie, I've studied a little bit more history or art, and that has helped me understand who all these characters are just a little bit better. And I feel like there's jokes inside jokes inside jokes, which maybe I'm not even getting all of them. But I also think a great movie sets that up. So, hey, if you get all these, great. If you don't, you're still entertained by this movie. And I think that's what Midnight in Paris does. That's 4 stars or better on Letterboxd. Midnight in Paris, 2011. Make sure you check out this playlist to see all the movies I've given at least 4 stars to on Letterboxd.